Imagine boarding a time machine, crossing eras, and witnessing the evolution of life in a scenario completely different from what we know today. Close your eyes and let your imagination take you back 250 million years ago, when the Earth was dominated by ancient creatures who, without knowing it, carried within them the seeds of a colossal transformation. At that time, the first reptiles dominated the planet, and among them, a group known as archosaurs emerged, without the intention of being remembered only as the ancestors of the fearsome dinosaurs. These vigorous and adaptable archosaurs paved the way for one of the greatest biological revolutions in history, the rise of the dinosaurs. As you enter this prehistoric universe, imagine the scorching heat of a world without polar caps, where the landscape was carved by vast deserts and lush forests, and where the earth itself vibrated with the energy of creation. The first dinosaurs appeared as small, agile and curious creatures, exploring every corner of this constantly changing world. In the midst of this scenario, a small predator, almost the size of a dog, began to show that evolution was not only following the path of increasing size, but also improving locomotion and hunting abilities. These pioneers walked upright on two legs, making room for their forelimbs to become tools for capturing prey and exploring new foods. Over millions of years, the descendants of these first reptiles diversified and adapted to environments that changed almost imperceptibly. The supercontinent Pangaea, a vast unified landmass, began to crack, giving rise to new climates and ecosystems. Imagine the thrill of seeing landscapes slowly transform, where erupting volcanoes shaped mountains and rivers, and where exotic flora revealed resilient, nutritious, and sometimes even lethal plants. Each mutation, each new characteristic, helped dinosaurs face constant challenges, from water scarcity to competition for food, paving the way for an era of great evolutionary adventures. As the world redesigned itself, dinosaurs experienced surprising changes. Some, light and agile, perfected bipedal walking, allowing them to move quickly and precisely, while others invested in mass and grandeur, transforming themselves into giants capable of dominating vast regions. Among these creatures, curious and striking species emerged, such as small hunters that already showed traces of intelligence, and herbivores that evolved to become the peaceful giants of prehistoric forests. Nature, relentless and creative, led this evolutionary dance with dramatic events, volcanic explosions, sudden climate changes, and even collisions with celestial bodies, which rewrote the rules of the game at every moment. As we advance in this narrative that spans millions of years, history becomes thicker with unimaginable encounters and challenges. Imagine a scenario in which small predators give way to larger, more robust dinosaurs. Creatures that, despite their humble origins, came to dominate landscapes and compete for space with other notable beings, such as the ancestors of crocodiles. In one of these periods, a tiny and agile dinosaur of modest proportions demonstrated that size is not always synonymous with power. But as time passed, some groups began to stand out, honing their hunting skills, developing powerful jaws, and perfecting their senses of sight and smell. In one such scenario, Earth was witnessing an era of radical change. As the environment became increasingly unpredictable, forests filled with astonishing biodiversity, and the seas harbored creatures that defied imagination. Imagine dinosaurs that, in addition to dominating the Earth, began to explore the banks of rivers and lakes, adapting to new challenges and giving rise to forms of life that would never be repeated. Each species developed unique strategies to survive. Some camouflaged themselves in vegetation, others ran quickly in search of food, and some even experimented with surprising forms of cooperation to face fearsome predators. As the ages passed, the planet transformed in an almost magical way. The Triassic gave way to the Jurassic, a period where dinosaur diversity exploded into previously unimaginable shapes and sizes. Now think of a colossal creature, with a body that defied gravity itself, majestically walking through forests that stretched across vast territories. Dinosaurs that were once small now became titans, with imposing limbs that supported their enormous bodies as they dominated the scene. And in this whirlwind of evolution, the first signs of an even more surprising transformation also emerged: the tenuous link between dinosaurs and birds. It didn't take long for nature to begin experiencing the lightness of flight. Among the creatures that emerged, some developed feathers and structures that allowed them to glide through the air, ushering in a new era of adaptation. These winged dinosaurs, although initially limited in size, carried within them the potential to completely transform the way we imagine life. In a delicate dance between earth and sky, these pioneers showed that evolution is an implacable force, always ready to reinvent the paths of existence. But just as life evolves, it also reinvents itself through challenges. Catastrophic events, such as volcanic eruptions of epic proportions and asteroid impacts, swept the planet, triggering mass extinctions that at the same time opened up new opportunities for survivors. Imagine the tension of that moment. The sky darkens, the temperature plummets, and sunlight itself is blocked by a cloud of debris. In this chaos, even the most robust of dinosaurs were forced to adapt or disappear. This storm of destruction, although devastating, allowed other life forms to flourish, setting the stage for a new order on Earth. In the twilight of an era dominated by giants, a new protagonist emerged with an unmistakable presence. Visualize an immense beast whose appearance inspired both awe and awe. Tyrannosaurus Rex, with its massive body, jaws that seemed forged in steel and razor-sharp teeth, reigned supreme over the environments of the Cretaceous period. His ability to hunt with precision and his extraordinary strength made him the pinnacle of predatory evolution. But don't think that his story was told only by moments of glory. Even in the midst of such grandeur, challenges accumulated, and each day was a battle for survival. While T-Rex dominated the plains and hunted its prey with impressive efficiency, other dinosaurs stood out in different ways. Some displayed almost supernatural agility, running in packs and using ambush strategies to surprise their victims. Others, covered in colorful and detailed feathers, revealed the complexity of an evolution that embraced both terrestrial and aerial life. This diversity was not the result of chance, but rather a series of meticulous adaptations that allowed these beings to conquer different ecological niches, showing that nature never ceases to surprise, even when everything seems predestined. And so, as the Earth transformed from a vast scene of biological experiments to a stage for giants and titans, the dinosaurs' journey approached its climax. The planet, which had already been dominated by an army of unparalleled creatures, found itself about to face an unexpected fate. An asteroid of unimaginable proportions was approaching, cutting the silence of the universe and promising to forever alter the course of history. The colossal and devastating impact opened a gigantic crater and scattered debris that blocked out sunlight, plunging the world into an apocalyptic winter. In this scenario of uncertainty and destruction, most dinosaurs succumbed to adversity, while a few, endowed with surprising abilities, managed to find refuge and eventually transformed into something completely new. Those creatures that had experienced the lightness of feathers began to explore the skies, ushering in the era of birds, which today fascinate us with their beauty and diversity. At the same time, with the decline of the giants, mammals took advantage of the new ecological space to expand and evolve, preparing the ground for the rise of humans and the creation of the modern world. This incredible saga, which has spanned millions of years, is a reminder that evolution is a dynamic and relentless process, full of ups and downs, challenges and opportunities. Each fragment of this story shows us how life, even in the face of cataclysms, finds surprising ways to reinvent itself, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire and intrigue us. So as we reflect on this fascinating journey, we realize that dinosaurs were not just the kings of a distant past, but rather protagonists of a narrative that shaped the destiny of the Earth and all the life forms that inhabit it. Get ready to dive into this universe of discoveries, where each new era reveals secrets kept in the stones and scars of history. From a world where the first reptiles transformed into ruthless predators, through ages of glory and extinction, to the emergence of winged beings that defied the limits of the sky, this is a story of transformation, resilience, and, above all, life's unwavering ability to adapt and thrive. A narrative that reminds us that even in the face of destruction, there is always room for rebirth and the creation of new legends that, one day, will be told again in the stars.